It's time for Famicom Detective Friday to engage once again with Chapter 6. Now last time, there was a lot of new information, some answers, more questions. Isuke Sasaki, age 15, was the newest dead kid. His murder was similar to those long ago, like the smiling man. I'm not reading this text for text because I don't feel like it. But we now know that the two bags match the old victims, but the first victims is different. We went to the library, we looked up some info on it during Chapter 4. Chapter 5, this stuff with the bag, Inspector Kamada wants us to find the missing man. Been a couple days, Inspector Kamada himself has been missing for a few days, we don't know what's going on there. And we left off at the beginning of Chapter 6 with a Yumi visiting Megumi, who is the student that was very close with Isuke, who was the newest modern time kid that died. And now we're talking to Megumi's mother because Megumi has not came back to school since the day it happened, even though she didn't get the information at school while being there. She knew somehow beforehand. And that's where we are. That's where we are. Megumi's locked herself in her room. She's refusing to talk to anyone. Badge. Is she feeling okay? She's not sick. She's in shock, depressed. Which is, you know, not surprising after what happened to Isuke. This is true. Seems like no siblings are involved looking at the family pictures, though I do see Dad over there in one of the pictures. But I don't see no brother or anything. She and Isuke has been close since they were little. They were just like brother and sister. Okay. They argued as much as siblings. Ha ha ha. Every time they argued, she would get so angry she'd say, "Mom, I can't stand them." Then, just as quick, she'd calm down and be her usual self. It was strange. I guess they were also just kids. Kids known to be very flash in the pan, back and forth, sharp emotional changes, etc. I still can't believe what happened. That's fair. Right now, I'm just worried about Megumi. You are her mother, that makes sense. Okay, alright, I'll still... Wait. We gotta check. Her mom looks tired. Pictures. Can't tell where it was taken. It's hard to see much from here, but they look like a happy family. It's probably a great memory for them all. What about the other pictures? Megumi and her mom. And then what about this one? That's a picture of Megumi when she was younger. Alright, none of those were helpful. Alright, fair enough. Continue. They were so close, they were more like brother and sister than friends. You said that already, ma'am. Okay, about Isuke again, perhaps? I don't know much about what happened to him. I've only seen what's on the news. Can't bring myself to talk to the mother about it. That's tough. I'm afraid to talk to her at all. That's reasonable. Okay. Still no clue as to who did it, is there? Yeah, sorry about that. You don't know anything. I hope they are found soon. No one can feel safe until that monster that did this is caught. But that's why we have detectives, isn't it? She believes in us. Of course. She's expecting a lot out of me. And what about your daughter? How's she been the past few days? Sure. He was absent from school the day his body was found. That checks out. I already knew she wasn't at school. Yeah, but now we want to find out why she wasn't at school. How did she know? Oh, the school called them specifically. Started shaking. She ran and locked herself in her room. I could hear her crying. She's not been herself ever since. That is sad. Thought about that. She has not been back to school. It's been like a week, I think. I move food out the door, but she either won't eat it or she barely touches it. She's avoiding everyone. Won't talk to me or her father. She is alive, right? You're making sure of that at least? Well, she said she's barely touching it, so it is getting touched. AKA eaten a little bit. Okay, alright, fair enough. I was so careful with how I told her about it, but it's not your fault, ma'am. It is terrible, isn't it? She's always been so full of life, so bright, so happy. It's just one of those sentences that you feel like you see said about every young person that like dies or something. They were such a bright spot in our lives. They were so full of life before they went on that murdering spree. No, they're just a young, good person. She drank the Depresso Espresso. I've never heard that before, but that's an interesting way to phrase it. That is an interesting way to phrase it. Okay, alright, let's think. Absence in school since the day it was found, just as he said, but her mom said she wasn't feeling ill, and they told her. This is what I already pointed out. Yes. Yes. Why did she miss that day at class? Was there any reason to be concerned about her on that day? A reason to be concerned? Yes. Answer the question. Okay, and? Oh, alright, she's thinking. It wasn't just that something was wrong on that day. Megumi had been acting strange the day before, too. Since the day before, huh? She seemed depressed, so I asked her what was wrong. She wouldn't say anything. She just went straight to her room. But she still cried and everything when she found out, but something was up. Oh, wait, ready? Hold on. Idea that then makes this whole thing not suspicious. She found out that Isuke wasn't gonna get to go to that school, which is the thing we learned, like the good school, and she was gonna be going to that school, so then she was sad that they weren't gonna be going to the same school anymore. That's a positive, optimistic outlook. She stayed at home from school. She never took a bath. I thought maybe she had a bad day, and that's all. I was sort of relieved, really. And then I got the call from school. Let's think. After the day was found because something that happened the day before. I wonder if her mom knows what happened. Let's ask. Do you know what she was up to the day before? No, she didn't say anything about it. I'm not saying you're a bad parent. What the heck? That was weird. It's so terrible. Somehow I accidentally hit the fast forward button there, but I never even had a chance to hear about her day. She's class representative, so it must be causing some trouble for her to be gone. I imagine the other students in her class will be helping along with her homeroom teacher. That's right. Homeroom teacher. Why are we acting like we don't know this? I think I think our character does know this, but she's doing this so that if people were playing this chapter and it had been like 2 weeks or a month or something, that they'd be like, oh yeah, this guy. the guy that's definitely friendly with Megumi, who was mega sus. Room teacher's Mr. Fukuyama, right? Yes, that's correct. He works closely with students. He's always there for them. What if she got Prago? That's crazy. That's crazy. He depends on her most. Those duties would have them working together after school sometimes, too. Working after school? I see. He once gave Megumi a ride home because it was getting late. He's polite, dependable, young, and his students seem to love him. It would actually be such a crazy angle if that was what was happening in the game. It's definitely not, but that would be insane in a Nintendo game for that to be what they did. She used to tell me how handsome he was. Oh boy, she said he was like an actor from a TV show. Dude, they are getting it on. I'm sure she's causing a lot of trouble by not going to school. Ever since what happened to Asuke, Megumi stopped talking. She used to be such a chatterbox. She used to tell me everything. My husband and I don't know what she's thinking or how to talk to her. At least until today? Go on. Until today. She finally came out of her room for a bit earlier, around lunchtime. Okay, alright. You took a shower, then came to the kitchen? I asked her if she was hungry. She didn't say anything. She just gave me a nod. I made her some lunch, but she just picked at it. Still, I was relieved to see her eat anything at all. It's progress! It's progress! But then, she just sat there looking kind of lost and sad. But I still think she was doing a great job of making herself get up and move. True. True. I wanted to say something, but what am I supposed to say? It was so uncomfortable. I didn't know what else to do, so I turned on the TV. What are you thinking? You know what's gonna happen on the TV. It's the only thing getting talked about on the TV. What are you thinking? You fool. You fool. It's gonna be the segment that we saw in Chapter 5. They said it was a special episode. Oh. Ayumi knows because Ayumi saw it in last chapter too. Megumi didn't seem to mind, so I left it on. She's usually interested in shows like that. Every summer vacation, she'll sit and watch hours of the stuff. But then... Flashbang? They talked about the legend of the smiling man. I never heard of it, but Megumi was very interested. Oh no. Then, I don't know why, but they suddenly started, well, I swear it was about Asuke. Oh no, and Megumi was watching. 1 step forward, 10 steps back. I tried to turn it off in a hurry, but Megumi... Megumi. She must see it. 20 years ago. CRT filter. Some people say the recent incident in Kafuku City may have been the smiling man's doing. Word is, the victim, a boy, had a paper bag over his head, much like in the stories of the smiling man. Though, remember, the smiling man is only an urban legend. It would be poor taste to continue that thought. Watch her become the new Batman. And she ran off. I don't know if you heard that, I was talking, but there was footstep noises where she was clearly running back to her room or something. They were talking about a boy in Kafuku City. That could only be Asuke, right? Yeah, I think so. Life is tragic enough. They don't need to use scary stories to make it worse. That Toru-sawa was right. It's tasteless. And artosis. I guess this is how urban legends grow, huh? You think about that. Umi and her mom saw the same show. Yep. Yes, they did. She finally came out of her room, but I was too careless. To be honest, kind of yes. I'm not gonna lie. Kind of, you were too careless. Put on like baseball or something, or I don't, something that's has no chance of being. I mean, I guess she went in, it was supposed to be about urban legends, but it's, urban legends can often involve death and things, It's just, put on, I don't know, some cartoon or something. She'd shut herself in her room again. She doesn't even respond when I call to her. I just don't know what to do anymore. Do you think there's anything you can do for her, detective? Oh, here we go. Time to talk to Megumi. Is there anything you can do for her? Alright, let's think. Could have been an episode with about Bigfoot. True. I don't know if Bigfoot is much of a Japanese thing, to be honest. I'm sure they have their own, there's urban legends that are other things, though. Ma'am, I'm sorry, but I don't think there's anything I can do for her right now. I'm sorry. I might take some time. It might take some time, but I'm certain Megumi will be fine. She just got a lot she's trying to process. Be patient with her. ... Whatever you do, don't blame yourself for how she's feeling. Megumi wouldn't like that. Thank you, detective. Hopefully we have good news about the investigation soon. Thank you. Your family photo is lovely. What? Oh, this one? Ice cream! We were at the amusement park that day. Gumi's a sweet girl with a bright smile. I bet everyone likes her. I know it's just a rumor, but I can see why the boys would fight over her. Sheesh! As the kids would say. An episode about Umi Bozu? I don't know what that is, but it sounds interesting. I feel like now I need to focus on taking care of her until she can smile like that again. That's right. Oh, she's feeling rough. I'm sorry, I feel like I didn't help much, and you came all this way. No, I'm happy to have made the trip. You've been very helpful. Really? That's good. I'm the one who feels like I haven't been able any help to you. No, detective, not at all. You've made me feel better about all of this. Good, I'm glad to hear it. Think. Is she really? I should leave. Alright, we'll leave. Pardon me, ma'am. Yes. I admit, I'm worried about Megumi, but I'm also worried about you. If you dwell on these dark things too much, they'll eat you up. It's sweet of you to be worried. Oh, right. Huh? Speaking of worrying, last night, Kohei called Megumi. Is Kohei one of the other girl students that we talked to in, like, episode 2? Or is Kohei... Which one is Kohei? Akaguchi? The kids at the... Yes! I was right! I was right. Okay, maybe I was sort of right. He sounded worried about Megumi. I told Megumi he was on the phone, but she didn't pick up. I don't know, maybe that's why she finally came out of her room today? I guess now that I think about it, the only people who called for her were Mr. Fukuyama and Kohei. Hold up. Okay, we didn't talk to him, but we had other people talk about him. Alright. I do remember there being a kid that they talked about, but we didn't actually get to talk to ourselves, so it must be him. You've heard the name, you really are quite the detective. Well, you know. He's another classmate of Megumi's. They've been friends since elementary school. Love triangle. Kohei would go out to play with Megumi and Asuke all the time. Kohei killed Asuke. That's what they want us to think. Did Megumi, Asuke, and Kohei hang out together much recently? Occasionally, but way less than when they were in elementary school. Has there been any trouble between the three of them? No, nothing like that as far as I know. But they're all at that age where they want to live their own lives. They don't tell their moms everything like they used to. Feels bad, man. So who knows what they get up to once they're out of sight. I hope Megumi can feel better soon. Her friends and teachers are worried for her. Yes. Right. Anything else? Oh, there was more. Why were we gonna leave? Megumi and Asuke were always so outgoing, but Kohei's always been a bit more reserved. Like he's been plotting a murder this whole time. You think he is? Boys in junior get nervous when they call a girl's house, right? Usually. I think it takes a lot of courage for them to do that. Well, he called Megumi. I'm sure she would have been happy if she'd talked to him. She wouldn't, though. He's a quiet one, but he's been friends with them since elementary school. I'm sorry, you have to get ready for dinner. I'm sorry for keeping you. No, it's fine. I hope Megumi will eat today. Sorry to bother you, I'll be off. Alright, now we're out of here. You're welcome to come back. Maybe you can speak to Megumi then. Thank you, I'd love to come back. Alright. Well done. Now what's our boy Purtle been up to? Or we're still on the way back with Yumi, I guess. Here we are. I'm back. Smile. Good to see you. Get anything from Megumi's mother? Here's everything I heard. Uh-oh, time to get quizzed. Let's hear Yumi's report first. Yumi told me in detail about Megumi's state of mind. Her grief at the sudden loss is understandable, especially given how close she was to Asuke. There was like a weird flash there before that, right? Am I crazy? Yumi and I began talking about a question she had after the interview. What question was that? I wonder what happened to Megumi the day before Asuke's body was found. That's what I'm saying. It's such a strange timing, I mean. It is. Something happened, but by the next morning she was calm and decided to take the day off. I don't know, maybe it just means that whatever happened, it wasn't serious. When the school called us about Asuke, she locked herself in her room. Maybe whatever happened the day before is related to Asuke. I wonder. Maybe I should talk to Mr. Fukuyama again and see what he thinks. All three of the two boys caught Fukuyama giving Megumi a ride home. Surely. What should we do? Should we have a Yumi talk to him again, or you don't need to talk to him again yet? Does this change? This is one of those moments where you want to Google if this really affects things or not. She doesn't really have anyone else to talk to, like, interview right now, though, right? Maybe he's heard more from other students by then. Probably worth talking to him again. Yeah, that would be the right call, wouldn't it? Phew. This decision will decide the rest of the story. Yeah. Maybe I should just let him gather some more info first. That's fair too, that's fair too. If he figures anything out, I'm sure he'll let me know. That's true too. He'll invite me back to his favorite cafe. Yeah, great. Your favorite cafe. Yumi's enjoying talking about her senpai Fukuyama. Yeah. I don't know why it said she should go back and talk to him again. That was stupid. 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 Did you find anything else? She finally poked her head out of her room this morning. Too bad it was just in time to see that TV show about urban legends. That same one we saw? Very same. Very same. She heard them talk about the boy killed in Kofuku City, Kufuku City. And anyone who knows about Isuke would figure it out. She went back to her room and hasn't come out. Dang. Her mom's having a hard time too, but I feel so badly for Megumi. She just keeps getting hurt, doesn't she? I really hope she finds a way through it. Oh yeah. Kohei called Megumi after she locked herself in her room. Kohei Takaguchi was also friends with Isuke, yeah? That's correct. Purtle's been paying attention. But she didn't pick up the phone. A lot to think about, but I'm mostly curious about what could have upset Megumi the day of the murder. But the only person who can tell us that is Megumi. Maybe it doesn't have anything to do with Isuke. Ring, 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 phone call, phone call. Who could it be? It's Fukuyama. Just in time. Just in time. This is Tachibana. What's going on, senpai? What? Megumi is missing? I was wondering about that. I was thinking that might be the case. Yes, I understand. Be careful. The music changed too. Megumi has gone missing. Her mother called the police. Mr. Fukuyama is on his way to speak to her now. We should go too. Yeah. Probably when she went to maybe give dinner to Megumi and then like knocked and had no response and then opened the door and was like, she's gone! We looked around the area, but Megumi was nowhere to be found and no one had seen her. Where on earth would she have gone? I didn't have any ideas. So I took a Yumi's suggestion and headed to the junior high school. This time of night, there weren't any students around. The music is exciting. What are you two doing here? We talked to you before. It's you! I'm sorry, I startled you. I just wanted to ask you a few questions. Well, you're just in time. Just in time? What do you mean? A kid at cram school said he's in the same class as Megumi. He said he saw Megumi running in her pajamas. Apparently, she wouldn't respond to anyone, but he got the sense she was headed towards the bus stop. She's making a move because she found out about the smiling man. She saw the TV show, wanted to see the info, went to her room, started plotting. Now she's making her move. What that move will be, we don't know. Is she gonna go to the bus stop to go to the place where Isuke was found murdered? Is she gonna take the bus stop to some other thing? Which bus stop? The one behind the school. It's kind of dark back there. The principal has said to never go there alone at night. The bus stop's near the pump station too. The pump station. That's where Isuke was found murdered. Do you think that's where Megumi could be headed? Oh no. And there's one more thing. Versace. I mean, Mr. Fukuyama. I just saw him looking really freaked out. He knows some shit. He asked if we see Megumi. We told him the same thing we told you. Then he ran off the opposite direction of the bus stop. The opposite direction? Mr. Fukuyama can get so worried about his students, I'm afraid he can miss what's happening around him. One time he accidentally ran to a rice paddy and fell in the mud. He was covered in it. Okay, I don't need to know this. We need to chase the girl that's running away. He might be in trouble tonight. There are a whole lot of rice paddies around. He can get muddy. Who cares? What are you talking about? Damn middle school girls. Thank you, but also get to the point. Thanks. Get out of here. Go home. Wait, who are... I'm another detective. Let's go, Ayumi. Running footstep noises that are kind of hard to hear because there's the music and everything. It's Kuze and Kamihara. And Fukuyama. And Megumi. So that must be Megumi. It looks like she's okay, thank goodness. I'm relieved that Megumi is safe after all, but she looks upset. She's crying in Mr. Fukuyama's arms. She's still in her pajamas, like those kids said she ran away spontaneously. Why did she come here where Asuke's body was found? Bro, why do you think? The police station. How did Kuze and Dice get there so fast? Why do we get to interview her? This is crazy. Why is Kuze not interviewing her? Oh, everyone's here. Alright, never mind. The whole gang's here. My bad, my bad, my bad. And her mom's there. She still wouldn't say anything to anyone. Getting nowhere. Damn, this is tense. We're younger. Maybe we can reach the kids. She looks really uncomfortable with the attention. Can I whip out the ball in the cup? Maybe that'll lighten the mood and divert attention or something. What about you? No, nopers. She seems restless. Surrounded by detectives will do that to you, but I think there's something else. Maybe she just doesn't want to talk to the police. Don't talk to them pigs. He looks annoyed. Kuze looks concerned. Trying to decide how to approach. Oh, I thought it might say something about that. Detective Kuze? Mind if I tried talking to her? You? Sure, fine. Yeah, because I'm a young kid. My name's Purtle. My last name's also Purtle. It's nice to meet you. I might not look like it, but I'm a private detective. Huh? Because I'm young, get it? Kind of amazing, right? I'm not that much older than you. If you talk to me, you could brag about it at school. Alright, we'll try another one. We'll try another one. Too bad, boy detective. Damn it, I thought it'd be easier for her to talk to me since I'm closer to her age. I can't get her to talk, so much for that plan. Send a Yumi in! Send in a Yumi! You should not give up. Wait, maybe if I look to a Yumi, it'll be like, send in a Yumi. Yumi's closer to the age as well. Hey, it's mom. She looks tired. She did look tired when we were interviewing her too. Think. That's what I said. A Yumi. What is it? Nani? Since Megumi won't say anything, what do you think we should do? How would you feel about me talking to Megumi? Do you think that'd work? Obviously we want to send in a Yumi. She's not a cop or a guy. Exactly. Give it a shot. Here goes. And you are? Damn! Who? Get the who? Who? I should have introduced myself earlier. I'm a Yumi Tachibana of Atsugi Detective Agency. The old good cop, good cop, good cop. Yeah. I think it's a good idea. It might be easier for Megumi to talk to her than us. Please? Okay. Arigatou gozaimasu. Think. Nice to meet you. She kind of shut down the day Isuki died. She hasn't even spoken to her mother since. Okay, alright. Surroundings. Maybe we'll be like, all these other people should get out of here, right? No? Alright, never mind. That is the same day he died. Something happened, but she wouldn't tell her mother. Why would she tell me? Oh, you know what? That's a good thing to ask about, though. Okay, never mind. Even though we have so few to move on, there's probably only so much I can get out of her. Think. Okay, alright, I guess that's what we're doing. Okay, I guess that's not what we're doing. That's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do. Professor Oak, now's not the time to use that. She acts like she doesn't have anything to talk about, but she also seems kind of fidgety and restless. True. Alright, we gotta think more. Speaking of being fidgety, this MFer. Speaking of being fidgety, this guy. Whenever we talk about Megumi, he gets a bit... Actually, he seems different toward her today. He's watching her closely, but with genuine concern. What is it, Tachibana? There's something on my face. Huh? That's not what I said. You know this lady, Mr. Fukuyama? She speaks! We did it! Yes, Megumi. Tachibana and I went to the same school. She was a few grades below me. She's also a very good detective. She's working on Asuke's case. Suke. Oh. SK. She will catch the culprit, I assure you. I will? So you see, you can just tell Tachibana everything you know. You understand, Megumi. Oh shit. Alright. So, Megumi. I've heard so much about you from your mom. And I know you're suffering right now. I don't want to pretend like I know everything, but I know you've been going through a lot of scary, painful, and difficult feelings alone, Megumi. Alone. Madge. I guess I'm wondering if you feel like you've done all you can do by yourself. She needs a hug. The family of the detectives, Mr. Fukuyama, they're all here because they want to help you. Why I'm here too. She looks like she's about to explode with tears. Detective. You don't have to do this all on your own. We're all here to help you so you don't have to go through any more hard times alone. That's all we want. I'd be so happy if you could talk to me. Here it comes, the waterworks! It's needed. She's gotta let it out. You can take it slow. It's okay. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. I loved him. I really loved him. I love Mr. Oh! I knew it. I knew it. I mean, this is it. Come on, dude. It's so funny. Mr. Fukuyama. He's such a good teacher, always so kind, dependable, and cool. That's why I fell in love with him. But now, you're his senpai, and you're so much cooler, and this and that. That's also why the day before, that's why I had Mr. Fukuyama meet me on the rooftop. That's what Mr. Fukuyama wouldn't tell us. I finally told him how I felt. Flashback. Dude, it's like animes where it always happens on these school rooftops. Dude, she asked him out? The balls. Oh, hold on, you can't just suddenly... And this is why, in modern education, they will rarely let teachers have a one-on-one moment without someone else in the room. No, it's... That's why she didn't go to school the next day, though. Megumi, words like love and like have different meanings at different times. He said, okay, that was crazy accent. Okay. Love, it's always a big word. Oh, she already knows. Love. Answer my question. Hi. Bro, you're like 30 or something, right? Or like high 20s? Megumi, you're just in love with me. Love. It's really common at your age. What do you mean I'm in love with the idea of love? I'm in love with the idea of love? You'll understand one day, when you've grown up, that this is totally not cool. Well, he said that with some anger. Don't treat me like a child. No, I'm not treating you like a child, am I? Kind of. But like, you need to. I didn't know what to do. I ran into the school and I murdered Suke. Eisuke! Were you oh no. The love triangle, but it was a different love triangle. Look at that face. That's the face of after all this time. In all these years. And so she feels worse because she thought that maybe he killed himself. And so she's like, oh my god, I'm the reason Suke died. No, not really. Oh, he totally heard every word. Okay. Copium. Wait. You're up here with a teacher, huh? I can't believe it. I knew you were listening. I wasn't listening, but you were up here with the teacher professing your love. But I wasn't listening. I heard you, not like I wanted to hear something like that, believe me. What's your problem? You're the worst. Worse than you? This is none of your business. Wrong. Huh? How is it none of my business? I don't care. Oh, she totally thinks he, like, offed himself at first. The hell's your problem? You know what? I'm gonna tell everyone what I heard. Everyone. That's a problem. She murdered him. Just every time we learn, like, a new sentence. No, he died because of this. No, because of this. Oh, yeah? Tell everybody if you want. People just love an eavesdropping gossip, don't they? Ooh. Ooh. I'm glad I let that play out because her face changed. You're so gross. I bet you're not worried because you're about to go into a better school. She doesn't know. Pepe laugh. Huh? Even if everyone here thinks you're a creep, it won't matter when you're done with this school. That's not true. I'm sad that you saw me like that, and that you heard all those things he said. Oh, she's putting on the waterworks. I'm so ashamed. I want to die. Oh, man. Drama. I didn't know about any of that. Sorry. So very sorry. Ayumi, I'll take it from here. What? Why am I getting in the way? Ayumi's doing fine. Chat's got their popcorn. I could say anything to Asuke, and ended up saying the worst things I could think of. Asuke. I realized that Asuke liked me. And instead of, Asuke was so sweet and kind to me. Asuke. Asuke. I'm sorry, Asuke. I'm sorry. Damn. She blames herself for it all. Kuze's the only one that knows what this is like. Cause her brother disappeared, and it's like the same thing, cause she thinks she was like, it's her fault cause she put up the flowers. The one-to-one, it's there! It's there! It's all there! She knows. She knows. Mm-hmm. All true. Flashbang. She knows the pain that Megumi's going through right now. She said some hurtful things, and then he never returned. Thank you, ma'am. Me feeling a little better. A little. Whew. Hands down best chapter so far. I mean, it's definitely gotta be up there because there's so many things coming together now. But that kind of is how that tends to happen. We're starting to finally, you know, more stories are being woven together. It's becoming... That must be why you stayed home from school the next day. Yeah, I thought I should apologize, but then it turned out I never can. That's rough. That's rough. My mom answered the phone and she told me. She said Asuke is dead. I worried he had killed himself. I knew it! I thought it was because of the horrible things I said to him. Thought Asuke died because of me. I thought I didn't want to see anyone. I couldn't even eat anymore. I feel like I was going to die too. So that's why she put her hand over the remote when her mom was about to turn it off, because she was like, I need to hear this. If some spooky other guy killed him, I don't have to feel as bad. Not in a way that sounds that the way I phrased it was like the worst possible, you know, interpretation, but you know, some relief there. Megumi, chatter. Megumi, I know how you feel. One time I put our pet turtle outside and it walked into the woods and I lost it. Same. Nice. Another person. Megumi did it. She's hiding the evidence in her prison wallet. That's crazy. What, she's hiding bags in her prison wallet? Asuke took what I said. It's been a few days. And last night, he was in my dreams. He said, you're not acting like yourself. When I woke up, I thought, I'm hurting Isuke now too. And that's what brought you out of your room. Yumi from the corner! Because remember, now it's Purtle sitting at the desk. Let me think. Then, when the TV was on, I found out he didn't commit suicide. He was killed by the smiling man. I thought maybe I'd done something even worse. I was so scared I couldn't take it anymore. Something even worse. I'd done something even worse. What does something even worse mean? I'm sure he was killed by the smiling man. What makes you think he was killed by the smiling man? I mean, we know why. What is the even worse? I bet Isuke was over there all by himself crying. Oh. That must be a place they know that they like go hang out and cry and stuff or something. Did so many bad things to him, I made him sad. Then the smiling man showed up and killed him. That's pretty messed up. I did a terrible thing. I like urban legends and stuff, so I know about the smiling man. That's why I'm worried. The souls of people killed by the smiling man can't get to heaven. Oh, so that's the even worse part. They can't? No, if I don't do something, he won't make it to heaven. So I have to recite the spell. The spell? Hold up. We getting witchcrafty? The spell? Can you tell me more about this spell? When someone dies, everyone they're close to is really sad, right? This is true. One of those people recites the spell at the murder scene, the smiling man will appear, so that's why she ran to the murder scene. Well, I know that spell, because she likes urban legends. The smiling man will come, Isuke will be able to get into heaven, and the spell will keep me safe. That's why I had to go there. Quite a spell. Yumi from the corner! So you went to the pumping station. Is that what this is all about? Kuze. From the other corner. Megumi, you... see. I see. If I don't recite the spell, you won't be able to go to heaven. Just check them all down the list. I have to recite the spell to save him? I did a terrible thing. Alright, I just figured I would check. When they found Isuke... Isuke. I'm gonna still say it how I've been saying it the whole time, just so that it's consistent. I was going to wait there for the smiling man and practice the spell. But I forgot the words. That is not a good time to forget the words. It was dark and scary and cold. I tried so hard to remember the words for Isuke. But I just couldn't remember them. I started thinking about how it was so pathetic. But I started thinking about Isuke. I was so sad and lonely. I started crying. That would not be good. That's not the time to do that. Because then he's gonna come and get you. But then he showed... What? What? The music? We need to add the... Gordon Ramsay. You know the one. That one? Is this some Lilo and Stitch giving Pudge the fish a sandwich because it controls the weather type of shit? Everyone's about to freak out. What? Are you serious? I was so scared. I don't remember the spell, so I just screamed. And that's when Fukuyama showed up. Although they said he was running the... Wait a second. They said Fukuyama was running the other way. The other schoolgirls. I screwed up. Isuke can't go to heaven because of me. I'm sorry, Isuke. I couldn't do it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So who showed up? Isuke. What? I had to wait in case her face changed to do that. I had to see. I heard her scream just as we arrived. Oh, Dice showed up, saved the day. I ran towards her, but I didn't see anyone suspicious. It was just her and Fukuyama. I fucking called it. That he was there, huh? But the middle school kids said that they saw him going the wrong way. And she said she saw the smiling. The game wants us to think that Fukuyama is the smiling man right now. There's a small spout at the back of the station where someone might be able to squeeze through. He has a twin? That would be a crazy plot twist. So whoever she saw might have gone that way. Oh, they're gonna say if the bag looked like the smiling man head. The bag that they found. Okay, someone needs to immediately be like, well, Fukuyama? Well, we're waiting. Was he wearing a paper bag like this? Yes, he had the same face drawn on his. He was different from what I've seen in books or on TV, but this is it. This was his face. What a close-up. Well, that seals it. We can't ignore the connection to the murders from 18 years ago. Does this mean the smiling man was actually real? Someone needs to lock up Fukuyama and ask him some damn questions. Why did no one do that? I'm like mad that the game didn't do that. She just said, like, they laid it out plain as day that they want us to be mad about that. That she saw the smiling man, and then Dice goes, we heard the scream and we were right there, and so then we saw her and Fukuyama. Hello? What about between then? And then she didn't even talk about Fukuyama showing up first or anything. I'm upset. Right back at you. A lot of surprises today, huh? Yeah, like having 5 detectives in a room that can't think to ask an obvious question. That's a big surprise to me. Who is he? Why did he come to her? Why did Fukuyama go the opposite direction of what the middle school girls say, but then show up first to Megumi, huh? Why did we know that? It's the cab driver. Rough day, I should compare notes. I know it's late, but we got one more thing to do. Alright, fine. Finally figured out why she was absent the day that he was found. He saw Megumi confessing her love to Mr. Fukuyama, and he heard Mr. Fukuyama explain that he didn't feel the same way. Then Asuka called her out for her behavior. She was so frustrated and embarrassed she took it out on Asuke, her closest friend. Besides Kohei, which no one's mentioning. He must have been stunned. He seems to have liked Megumi as more than a friend. Yep, that's why she thought she was the reason he died. She thought maybe he killed himself. He locked herself in a room since the day he was found. Convinced until today that he had killed herself because of her. Today, though, something changed in her mind. That was what she saw on the talk show. Well, I mean, it's both of these things. Hold on. He locked himself in a room since the day he was found. Convinced until today that he had killed her because of... Though something changed her mind. That was... Well, okay, what are we talking about changing her mind? Locking herself in her room or being convinced that she had killed him? Because it could be, like, if it's this, then it's one answer, and if it's that, then it's the other answer. I'm gonna say this. What she saw on the talk show, right? Because seeing the talk show implies that she left the room. She wouldn't be able to see the talk show without leaving the room. The show featured the urban legend, the Smiling Man, and they talked about Asuke's case without getting very specific. That's why Megumi thought Asuke was killed by the Smiling Man. That's correct. After watching the show, she went to the crime scene looking to meet the Smiling Man. What she wanted to do there was cite a spell. He thought she needed to recite the spell so he could go to heaven. He was so convinced the story was true that she couldn't stay home any longer. Poor girl. Then, at the crime scene, the smiling man appeared. Yeah. Yeah, he did. I can't imagine who it could have been. Dude, they want you to think it's Fukuyama so bad. But it seems likely that it's someone involved in Isuke's murder because he had the bag on his head. What? Smiling man saw him through the paper with... Oh, wait. Did I get the question wrong? Am I crazy? On the day his body was found, Megumi missed school. She was upset because Megumi had overheard her confessed feelings to this guy. Mr. Fukuyama. Since Megumi wasn't at school that day, did I get that wrong? Then at the crime scene he appeared. I can't remember it. It seems like it's likely someone involved in Isuke's murder because I don't know what they wanted me to say there then. I learned about his death from the mom? Or the school in general? I'm confused. She learned about his death from mom. The school contacted her mother and she was the one to break it to Megumi. When her mother told her what happened, Megumi assumed that Isuke's death was suicide? Crazy that they want us to type that out. Am I spelling this word wrong? Okay, no, I was correct. Just Nintendo doesn't let that autofill because it's Nintendo. Okay. Megumi locked herself in her room and wouldn't talk to anyone, but this morning she came around and came out. She decided to because of the dream. After she saw the show about urban legends, she began to think that he was killed by the Smiling Man. That's right. Megumi knew about the urban legend of the Smiling Man. So she tried to recite a spell she believed would let Isuke get into heaven. So she went alone to where the body was found and waited for the Smiling Man. And then, right in front of her, the Smiling Man appeared. I know it sounds unbelievable, but it seems to be true. He was found wearing a paper bag over her head, the same kind as the victim from 18 years ago. Tonight, someone was wearing a bag with the same smiling face was spotted where Isuke was found. And the face on both bags were different from the ones commonly associated with the urban legend. Does that mean the person Megumi saw tonight might be the same killer from 18 years ago? There's no way to know at this stage. Two separate cases, 18 years apart. They must be connected, but how? Well, this case is getting more and more complicated. Let's do our best to solve it. Of course, I'm counting on you, Ayumi. That's everything for now. Are you still going to visit the police station tomorrow? Oh yeah, we still want to find Inspector Kamada. Ask him about the person of interest who disappeared 18 years ago. Yeah, where was Inspector Kamada? What are your plans for tomorrow, Yumi? I'm going to check in on Megumi. That's probably a good idea. Hope she's been able to calm down a bit. You get to see her, tell her I also said hello. I'm adding in some words, but thank her for doing her best to talk to us. You know, Kamada is a little sus. You're right. You're right about that. Because he would have been, you know, alive for both of that and know the details and everything. Will do. Say, I wonder when Mr. Utsuki will be back. He's been gone forever, by the way. He's been gone forever. We haven't seen him in person in a long time. Almost as if he's murderer. I don't know. How many people did we say were the murderer today? Like 5, 6, 7 different people? Some of them to be funny, some more actually, potentially options. Chapter 7. Hopefully today I can talk to Inspector Kamada. Oh, it's that police officer from before. She's coming to see me. It's the booba lady. I have to brag to Detective Kamihara. Hello, Purtle. Thanks for coming again today. Hello. I mean... I'll look at her face. Getting hot in here today. Okay, alright. We had to do it. You're here to see Inspector Kamada. He's here today! Oh, he's here today. Please go to the back rooms. The back rooms? Liminal spaces? Gen Alpha, Zoomer, TikTok, liminal, everything's liminal? Liminal skibbity? Hey, Purtle. Hello, Inspector Kamada. Thanks for coming all this way. You want to hear about the injured man, right? Yes, that's right. I understand the injured man simply disappeared. I'd like to hear more. Okay. Save and quit. Now's the time. Arumo Village? Arumo Village. Where's that? I have no idea where that is, but sounds like we're maybe gonna go on a trip. The reason I'm stepping back and forth so much and pacing is because I have to pee really bad. If I'm gonna be honest, that's really the only reason. It's a good time to stop anyway, and it's also just the time we're supposed to stop anyway. So, with that being said, that was Chapter 6. A lot of crazy stuff went down in Chapter 6. Chapter 7, I'm sure we'll have more exciting adventures. I'm guessing we're maybe halfway-ish through. I'm thinking maybe 13 to 15 chapters is my guess. But until next Famicom Friday, I'll see you then.